Hi guys and welcome to Alcohol's Anonymous.
It feels like therapy.
Feels like it.
This
This is episode 14 and I'm sorry to say we are sober. Normally we record this bit after the podcast. Nothing has changed, but normally we're already laughing and giggling our way through because we've already gone through a bottle of wine.
Not this week.
Not this week, but we do have some amazing questions. We have a great catch up. We talk about random
Talks about how
things.
romantic we are.
Romanticism.
Or lack of.
Yeah, be more Jade.
We had advice on if you're moving to Ibiza that
Yeah.
you would give to yourself
And we talk about my favourite DJs.
and your favourite DJs. And we do talk a little bit about wolves.
Hello. Anyway, we hope you enjoy the episode. Listen in. Remember your emoji and we'll see you in there.
We will see you in the episode. Good luck, everyone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 14 of the M&T podcast. Fear not, for those of you who are watching on YouTube. I may be on my own right now, but the tea of the M&T is on her way. She has just been preparing some lovely looking mocktails. For those who have been watching our YouTube channel, thank you very much, love.
You're welcome.
Watching our YouTube channel this week and who listened to last week's podcast, you will know we're on a little bit of a detox. We're on a little bit of a health kick. And I don't know whether it's good news or whether it's bad news, but we are not doing a bottle of wine this week on the podcast. This will either be the best podcast we've ever made or the worst we've ever made.
Is that
Either
the
way,
only two options?
yes. Basically, wine does one of two things. It makes it great or makes it terrible, and lack of wine does exactly the same thing.
Well, I have made you this week a watermelon fizz.
Is that what we're calling it? A watermelon fizz? So talk me through. What's the...
It's very, very simple. Cheers. Sorry, they're plastic. And I've just had an animal land on mine.
Well, we are sitting under the vineyard this evening as
So-
we record the podcast.
All that's in this is frozen watermelon, some tonic, and casera, like the sweet 0-calorie water.
Wonderful. It tastes good. It's definitely not a bottle of wine and it's definitely not a cocktail, but it is still wonderful.
I feel like I'm at a beach club.
Yeah, it's nice. Right, well, I'm going to start the podcast this week doing something that we're supposed to be doing probably a little earlier in the podcast, and that is to remind people that if you want to win a bottle of
Oh, yeah.
Whispering Angel, courtesy of the M&T podcast, I'm M, she's T.
Hello.
You know that already. Then what you need to do is potentially... In fact, no, you don't need to do it. Don't even pause the podcast. Just go to Apple Podcasts, find our podcasts, give us a 5-star review. Only 5-star reviews do it, because we can't
Is that
take
bribery?
criticism. Pretty much, yeah. And write a little review. Do that. We will hold on to your name and put you into a little draw. And I believe the first podcast in November,
Yes.
we are going to do...
No, we said Thanksgiving, didn't we?
No, it's like November 2nd or something,
Okay, I
because
don't
it's
think
all
that's
of
what it
September
says.
and all of October that you've got to enter the draw. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, leave a review and we will put you in the draw to win a bottle of Whispering Angel on us.
Could we make a frosé out of Whispering Angel?
I think you
we've got
could.
these frozen mocktails, which are very nice.
I like it.
If we did that, but the mixer was Whispering Angel instead of tonic,
See?
that would work, I
Yeah,
think.
that'd be lovely.
Any
I
rose.
mean,
I'd maybe not waste a bottle of Whispering Angel
well, I was
going to
say that. People do like a
So
good
we'll just
frosé,
do
but
Dom
I'm-
Perignon Rosé instead.
Absolute ballers.
Absolute dickheads.
So, you know how last week we got into a row about how we sum up the week that we've had?
Us? Row?
Because you don't like me basically listing what we've done all week.
Yeah, I just want to know how your week's been.
So what I thought I'd do, I've been thinking about this all week, about how we can change it up. I would like you to describe how you think I am this week. How's my week been? How am I doing?
Oh, God. Fuck, I should have had it.
Put you on the spot, didn't it?
Little
Now
bit.
you wish you had some wine.
Yeah. I think your week this week has been relatively chilled.
Yep.
Mainly because we had like 2 days of rain. couldn't go
Proper
anywhere.
rain this week.
And then it was, not too much pressure on yourself. You've been out on the bike a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Spent some time at the beach today, which was lovely. And yeah, I just think there's less pressure.
Yeah?
So I think you've had a good week, I would say.
I would agree.
10 points to Gryffindor.
Well done, wife, for being on the ball.
So how's my week been?
I would say, sort of similar, I would say that this week has been better than last week. I feel as if you're getting a little bit more of a grasp of your workload, even if it's that you're just getting more of an understanding about where you need to find balance a little bit more. But I think it's been pretty good that you've been able to talk about that and do things with that. And I think why are you looking at all the equipment and pulling funny faces?
I just saw a flashing light, so I was just looking over here.
Oh, the flashing light just means it's picking up sound.
Okay.
Sorry, but you make me really nervous.
Well, you don't have to cut your sentence up.
I know, but I'm looking
Just
at
have
you.
a little look. I've not looked yet because I've been making these wonderful cocktails for this wonderful podcast.
Anyway, so as I was saying, I think you've had a pretty good week, a productive week. I think you've gained yourself a couple more clients this week as well, which is good and successful.
I have indeedy.
And I think that you've also enjoyed things like today, where you've actually been able to properly switch off, and we went to the beach for a little while. And I also think you're very excited that we have started the ball rolling on having our own gym.
Yeah, Jim. I'm well excited about that, actually.
Yeah, tell me more about this. Who is this Jim?
He's a great guy.
You spend more time with this Jim than you do with your husband.
I used to.
And you will again.
So we have a nice area out the back of the house, which is basically concrete at the moment. And we are going to put down some flooring. I'm going to buy a little mini rig so it has like a squat rack and a pull-up bar and stuff like that on it. We're going to buy a bench and we're going to buy a bunch of equipment. So we're going to have Olympic bar with discs, obviously, and then we're going to have dumbbells and kettlebells and resistance bands. And I bought a sandbag and what else are we going to have?
We're going to have like all the gear and I'll have no idea. I mean,
That's
you've just said the words an Olympic bar with discs. Sounds
just a bar.
Sounds like absolute poppycock.
Poppycock.
And bullshit to me.
No, it's just a bar that I can.
I'm very interested in going to a bar.
Pick it up and put it down again.
I think it's very cool. I
want like a timer on the wall, like a CrossFit clock.
Yeah.
So I can set intervals and stuff.
We're going to have one of those camo nettings over the top.
Camo net over the top. It's going to, and the proper like black gym flooring.
Yeah,
but
they're like the rubber flooring that means you can drop heavy shit and
drop stuff and not ruin things.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to pick up things and put them down again.
I think it can sound a little bit like we're being a bit dickheady and a bit balling, but I think it's a really decent investment because until we moved into this house, we didn't think we would have had that kind of space. To be able to do that. But when we've added up 2 gym memberships
for like 3 years,
it's not even that. I think it's like 2.5. In 2.5 years, the amount of money we're spending on just having our own stuff, which obviously other people can use when they come and visit as well, and quite a lot of the people who we know
love a bit of gym
and that will visit will probably enjoy you being able to use it. It's a decent investment, and I think it shows also that we're here for the long run because we're having a gym fitted in the back garden.
You okay?
Yeah, it turns out it doesn't matter what I drink, I get a little bit burpy. It's either that or it's the pot noodle I just ate.
We just went to Tesco's in Ibiza town and pointed at a bunch of English things because, right, obviously people coming over for a holiday or they live in England normally and have just come over, Tesco's is fine, but we actually haven't shopped in Tesco's since we moved to Dubai properly, so it's exciting all over again.
Remember, any time that we've been back to the UK to like see friends and family and stuff, we always get and it's proper loserish, but we always get that little bit excited when you can go to like a big Tesco and we're like, look at what you can get, and like also look at the prices, and like because you can't access that sort of thing in Dubai. And also coming here, we're sort of getting used to European supermarkets and and things like that, which is good. I mean, we've not had to go without anything, but going to a Tesco where you're like, Scotch eggs. You know, like the little picnic box.
I was happy
versions
with
of...
scones and sausage rolls that I saw, and I also saw like frosted shreddies and like Quality Street.
The kinds of things that they're homely things. So I think it's good that we've finally found Tesco and finally used it.
Yeah, so that was fun.
But I did need a pot noodle. I got
so
a little
you had
bit.
a pot noodle.
I got a bit nostalgic. And
I did buy a dip
I'd
dap.
smash a pot. You did.
I did buy a dip dap, so I'm excited to have that.
Dip dap.
I don't know.
Is it not a dib dab?
I don't even think that's what I've bought. I bought the Fizzle stick one, which isn't even a dip dap. It's a
Dib dab. I'm pretty sure it's B, not P.
meh. Not fast.
Either way, it's the sherbet thing with the...
Yeah.
The
With the what?
blah, blah, blah.
Ah, yes.
the thing that you go
not
blah,
the not the sherbet, not the licorice one though.
So what's the alternative to the licorice dib dab?
No. Oh no. You get the sherbet one, and then you get the licorice one with the white powder.
Yeah.
Is that a dip dab?
I don't actually know.
I don't think that's a dip dab. That's
So
not what I'm talking about.
Well, you bought
I'm
one of
talking
those
about
packets.
the Fizzle sticks.
So what is the thing that you...
Maybe it's just called a Fizzle stick.
But what is it?
It's a sweet that you dip into sherbet. You lick it and you dip it into sherbet.
What kind of sweet is it?
Oh my god, I need to go get it. You're really annoying me.
Well, don't be annoyed by me. I'm asking simple questions. I mean, that's what you do on a podcast. I ask you questions, and you hopefully have some kind of answer. I'm sorry, folks, but she's run away again.
It's a double dip.
So it's a double dip. Okay, so tell me, what is it that you dip in the sherbet?
A swizzle stick. Like I was saying. It says swizzle stick.
It's a swizzle stick. But what kind of sweet is a swizzle stick? Honestly, I've only ever known the licorice ones.
I don't know. It's just made of sugar and happiness.
Well, I hope it
It's
makes
just
you
like
happy.
a sweet. It's solid.
I hope it makes you happy.
It does make me really happy. It's like a giant Pez.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I loved a Pez. Did you have a Pez?
No.
You never had a Pez?
No.
Wow.
Am I missing out on my childhood? Is that why I have so many things wrong with
I always
me?
used to think that Pez, those little Pez dispensers they're a proper anti-climax. Like having one, buying the sweets, but then you put the sweets in yourself and you're like, well, I might as well just eat them. Like I've got them in my hand already. And then I think
Didn't they come with refills?
Yeah, you could buy like
But
the
didn't
packs.
the first
Probably
one
came
come
with
with
like
like
3 or
two
something.
refills?
And the thing is, I think maybe it's because I was a boy, and so you kind of like fiddling with it. But I would just smash through those Pez's within seconds because you're like, oh, another Pez, oh, another Pez, oh, another Pez,
Ooh, another Pez.
and then you're just stuck with kind of a bit of a shit plastic toy.
Another Pez.
Another Pez.
Anyway, yeah, childhood sweets, curly whirly. Why have we got onto this?
I don't think a curly whirly can be counted as a sweet. That's a chocolate bar.
Oh, fizzy strawberries, Haribo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Num 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 num. Is there a sweet emoji?
It's too early for an emoji. If 12 minutes in, people are going, cool, I've done the emoji, they're not going to listen to the rest of
That's
this.
true. That's not the emoji.
We're already
False
not drinking.
alarm. That is true. What else is going on in life? Let's talk about our healthiness.
Well, that's it. When's the last drink we had? We had a drink. Obviously, we drank on the last
Sunday when we went to
podcast.
Can Garage.
That's it. Can Garaje was our last drink. So last Sunday. So we're approaching a week sober. How do you feel?
Whole and new.
Whole and new.
I feel no bloody different, and that's what really annoys me. Because I'm just like, oh, if I don't drink, I'll be so productive and happy and feeling healthy and stuff, and I don't. I feel exactly the same sitting here this week as I did sitting here last week, and yes, it might take longer than a week, but it annoys me.
Do you remember when I did one, like a bit of a sober stretch one time in Dubai? It was either over a Ramadan or for a month or something, and you actually got to a point you were like, oh, can you just please have a bloody drink?
Yeah.
Because it's only you saying that reminds me of, all I feel is exactly the same, but like I'm having a little less fun. Like, that's the only thing that's happening in my life. I'm doing exactly the same thing, but I'm giggling a little less.
I think that's it. And we've spoken to some people this week about balance, and that a lot of people are all or nothing, which seems to be what we are. But if you find your balance, it's actually a lot better, because you can go out and have a couple of drinks tonight, for example, and then, but like not go mad and still go on that hike in the morning that we've got planned in.
We do have a hike in the morning, so.
But like that's what so maybe balance.
And this makes me wonder. Like, I'm happy that we're doing this little bit of a detox and this little bit of a cleanse, because it does feel good, and I also do know that that's definitely going to be helping with losing a few of the quarantine kgs and stuff.
Yes.
But I think after this, if, like you say, we can find that little bit of balance, as in I can go and have a few drinks, or I can have that little slice of cake and not feel as if I've completely ruined my week.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe something we need to be a little bit better at.
Better at balance.
But
that would be good.
As you say, there's a lot of people who we talk to here on island that are
Would you like to add some gin to your cocktail? Is that what you're saying?
Do you know what? I honestly would.
Do you want me to go get your gin?
No, it's not happening. I'm not breaking the cleanse here on the podcast.
That would be funny, wouldn't it?
But no, it feels good. We've always been this way. We are a little bit all or nothing.
I think it was a spider I just saw on you, but that's okay. Yes, we are a bit all or nothing. We do need to find our balance, and it will come. It just takes time. We're in a pandemic.
And we've just moved to Ibiza. It was going to be very easy for us to go all or nothing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm really good at it.
But yeah, long term, I think we will be better at finding the balance.
Be better, yes. Yeah. That's what I don't really know what else to say about it. Trying to be healthy. We eat fresh. We're good.
So we're doing a hike tomorrow, aren't we?
We are doing a hike tomorrow.
That's part of our health and wellness kick is to do a little bit more of the daily exercise.
Yes, and we have been doing that this week. We've been getting out on the little walks, even if it's just a little walk to a town and back, getting away from the desk in the office, because I generally get up, sit straight down and work.
Exactly. You get up. Well, I'm going to repeat exactly what you said. You get up, you go to the office, you sit down, and that's where you sit.
Thank you for anyone. So that was for anyone who didn't understand my
I know. I thought I would interpret it by saying exactly the same thing as you said. But we even said a little bit this week. It's very easy with a home office to also not even do have a shower and get dressed and put some nice clothes on.
You just do that.
Throw your PJs on.
I put my trackies on
and just slob at the desk, and you're like, that is actually part of the appeal to some people of the working from home and working remotely thing. But you only have to do it for a few weeks before you go, God,
I'm a slob.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit slobby, doesn't it? So,
I am going to try and do better on that and have a shower, but the thing is, because
you can't just stop there. I'm going to be better at having a shower.
Oh, I mean,
for the record, you do shower every day
before I start work. But the problem is with me is I wake up, I look at my phone, I see things, I kind of know in my head what I need to do in them, and I'm really productive in the morning. So if I just do it, that really works for me. If I just literally walk, it's literally the width of this table, walk out of our bedroom into the office.
Do you mean the width of a corridor?
Yeah.
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 You literally
I had to explain.
Cross the hall into another room.
Yeah, but I mean, it's literally opposite. It's not even down the hall. It's just opposite.
Yeah.
And I sit straight down.
Yeah.
Watch the sunrise out the window.
Yeah, and that's it. You stay there.
We'll stay there for many, many hours, which we will find the balance with. Do no worry.
Yeah, you're doing well. You're doing very, very well. I know I say it most weeks, but you are making me very proud with the amount of work that you're doing, and I think finding a little bit of balance is something that I can help with as well, and you're doing very well. No one said that we would need to come here and nail it straight away, but if you look at what we've achieved, we're doing very, very well, and you individually are doing awesomely.
Thanks, love. I'm going to cut that clip out.
I know. Have it as your ringtone.
Said awesomely. I think I've been bitted on my back and it hurts.
I know. I mean, we are in the garden for this podcast, but I think we have picked that time of day when...
Picked bitey time.
Yeah, we picked bitey hour. So I've got the little burners on, but For those who are
They got
watching
me.
us and we're scratching and we're sort of
It's because
waving
I
our
haven't had
hand
that
around.
shower today.
I also
What's the
think-
time at?
What's the time?
No, as in the
the timer.
podcast time.
We
can't
are
see it.
19 minutes into the
Oh.
podcast.
Do you have any questions this week?
I have a few.
I only
a
have a couple. This could be a short one. That'll tell us that we need to drink next week.
few. I know. Do you know what? I'm going to put it out there right now.
Tell us if we're shit.
Do people think that because we haven't done the pop and the glug and the talking about what wine we're drinking?
Yeah, I couldn't
but
really
anyway.
explain a watermelon in French.
So this question came through. This seems to happen every week. Literally minutes after we finished last week's podcast, because
We put up
we've
the last
said before,
minute.
we always put something on the Instagram just before we're recording, and that does mean that sometimes a question comes through a little bit too late. But this one came through. This is from a girl called Nous or Nous. Have you seen her commenting on
I
things
have
before?
seen her commenting on
I think
things,
that's
but I don't know
sorry
how
if
to say
I'm
her
not pronouncing that
name.
right. Nous. So I'm guessing that's French. Anyway, Nous, apologies if that's wrong, asked, where did you ask and how did you ask Tiffany to marry you? Now there's a question, and I can see you're welling up already, love. Such a
No,
romantic story.
It's not though, and that's what really annoys me.
It really. Do you know what?
We're so.
You're going to take this to your deathbed. You're going to make me feel regret
I'm going
that
to
you
take
were
this to
never
my second marriage.
that you were never properly
Proposed to.
proposed to, were you?
No, can you put in some like sad music behind this? I was not proposed to in any way. The story goes. Shut up. The story goes as this. We went to see the theatre show of Beauty and the Beast in Dubai from Abu Dhabi. I drove, didn't even drink. And then on the way back, we started talking about weddings. I don't know why. We were probably talking about if our friends were getting married next year and whether we would ever get married and where would we get married. And then we were just going through kind of random bits and pieces. And then my loving, romantic boyfriend at the time just said, well, shall we?
And you said yes, and
that's-
we lived
that's
happily ever
it.
after.
Oh yes, my own fairy tale, just like a Disney movie. Didn't get swept off my feet.
I could take
No-
you down to the beach now, and we
no
can get you
man
swept
on-
out to sea.
No man on one knee. I was driving. No chance of getting emotional.
Thanks for asking the question. No, you've probably sparked
where is
a
that
domestic
gin?
followed by divorce proceedings straight after this week's podcast. No, in short, there was no romantic story. I would like to think that since then, like, we've done pretty well. Like, you had a very nice wedding, I would say.
You had.
You had.
We had.
I know we did, but you're the one who feels hard done by, and like you've gone without. But I think, would you not say that like the wedding that we had
The wedding
made
doesn't
up
make up for not having a proposal.
All right, well, hopefully your next husband does a better job.
Oh, I hope so. But you can be romantic at times, or you just not.
What's the most romantic thing I've ever done?
It's not like proper.
In what
like,
way am I romantic? Go.
romanticism. Go. But I think your ideas are nice on what you do. Like you took me to the Burj Al Arab for my birthday.
Yeah.
That's probably up there with the.
Still paying for that bill right now.
You know,
Jesus.
Yeah, you took me to, and then romantic. Ooh.
You know, the beauty of a podcast is that if it's silent, people think it's broken. So don't take too long thinking about what I've done for you.
You just do little things.
Do you know
just
what I
little
like to
daily
think?
things.
What I like to think is I don't... Like, for example, we don't do Valentine's Day, do we? Again, this is-
Everyone listening to this
This
is
is-
now going to be like, fuck's sake.
I am painting a great... But we don't. And you can't just go, my husband doesn't do Valentine's Day. You don't either. And we've talked about it before. We don't really like it.
Why do you think I agreed? Just to make you happy.
Because you're stuck with me and no one else will put up
no,
with
we
your
don't do
shit.
Valentine's.
But that's because I like to think, like, you don't need an excuse or
You
an
don't
event
need a day to tell
go
someone you love
like,
them.
I want to take you out for dinner, or I'm going to buy you some flowers. I've had flowers delivered to you before.
You do, yes.
For no reason other than I just wanted to get you some.
Oh, and then when I did that 24 hours of exercise, I came home to a present and flowers and food, and you bought me an iPad, actually.
I bought you an iPad.
And
That's a very romantic gift. Especially when you got the discount that I used to
yeah,
get.
exactly. It's not like Disney-fied romance. It is everyday romance that
Makes a marriage work.
Makes a marriage work. Yeah, I think that's really
Getting
true.
you a cup of tea without even having to ask you.
Yeah.
I'm now currently justifying all the things I think that I do.
Like, oh, that time I made you coffee. Do you think I'm romantic?
No.
Do you think?
I think you're very, very sweet and generous with your time and the effort that you put into looking after us. And I would say that's kind of your version of romanticism. Like you look after us. I'm really struggling to think of like an example now. But you do. It's right at the end of my speech at our wedding. You can't really hear it because by that point everybody had started clapping. But the last thing I said to you was thank you for everything that you do for us. Mm-hmm. And I think, well, I am grateful for the things that you do for us. Like, you just do nice things every day to make sure that like we have a good time and that we're happy and we have nice things. And
yeah,
they say there's no big grand gesture or event or anything.
Yeah, I think that's what we're both like, because we don't need the grand gestures. We want
you
a
have
marriage
twice
to go.
Fully arranged surprise visits for me in Dubai. Twice.
That's quite good.
And it's things like that. So that wasn't romantic, but
No.
you completely organised having first time my best friends come over and stayed with us, and I had no idea they were coming. And then also for my 30th in Dubai, you got my whole family over and helped organise all of that.
Day.
And those are the sorts of things that like.
That was a great day. You thought I was
those are the big grand ones that you've done.
going out for a Puma.
I thought we were going for brunch.
No, we did go for brunch, but in the morning I left at 5 a.m. because I was going to a Puma photo shoot.
That's what you told me.
Sunrise photo shoot. At the time I was working with Puma. It wasn't completely, made up. And then I went to get your parents from the airport, and then your sister and her husband and how many children at the time?
3 at the time?
3 children at the time. All were there as well. And then we were going to brunch and we got the metro and got off halfway to where we were going. You were like, this place.
And you were saying, yeah, it's really like underrated. It's like a really nice...
Because you trust me with brunch stuff too, so that was easy. And then we walked in and your parents were there first, so you thought that was it.
Yeah, so it was like, oh, Mum and Dad are here.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And then all the kids come running around the corner.
Came running and I had a breakdown.
And then you cried.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. Just needed the tears.
And you got them, so congratulations. So, thanks for the question.
No.
It started negatively, but I think we turned it around there. It turns out, actually, we do have a decent marriage. She just never got proposed to. Shall I do another question?
Yeah.
So this one came from your sister Jade. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jade. Always good questions from Jade. Always appreciate that they get them sent through.
Thanks,
Before
love.
I go on to them, we know that this gets listened to by literally dozens of people.
Dozens?
No, it does actually get... Well,
oh
it gets
my God,
watched
is this
and
going
listened
to be a really
to.
bad question?
No. I'm not getting onto the question yet.
Oh.
Just thinking about the fact that Jade has sent us multiple questions.
Oh, yeah, she has.
It's very good.
Jade.
There are lots of people that watch this on YouTube and listen to it in whatever way they do that haven't sent questions. And I don't know whether people feel as if, I don't know what to ask. Send us anything.
You know what, guys? Be more Jade.
Be more Jade. So, Jade asked, health issues aside, there are no health issues considered in this. Alcohol or food for the rest of your days? There are no health effects.
Oh, so then alcohol. Because fun.
You're just going to drink for the rest of your days?
Yeah.
I thought you would have picked food. You're such a foodie.
Yeah.
But never drink again.
Never ever. No, I'd probably pick
Or
food.
drink but never eat again.
Oh.
Imagine how much you want to eat after you've been drinking.
But there's no health. Oh, that doesn't count. Do you still get? But do you
Basically,
get hangovers?
I think I would consider that a health side effect.
Yeah.
So basically, are you drunk for the rest of your life, or are you full up for the rest of your life?
Well, alcoholism in the end. Oh no health.
There's no health.
So you can't get fat.
You're not.
Oh, this is a toughie. So you can't get fat though.
And okay,
you can't get heart disease.
Let's put it this way. Do you enjoy a great meal and a great bit of food and a great dinner or something?
You're trying to sway me to
Or
food.
a great cocktail and sitting here right now having a great bottle of wine? Which would you prefer
We're
to
drinking
have?
crushed
I
watermelon.
know, hypothetically.
I've got a bug in
What's
mine.
it going to be?
I think I'm going to choose food.
Okay.
Because, I like burgers. And I can't get fat. And chicken pitters.
Yep.
And steak.
No.
And mac and cheese.
There you go. See, there you go. It took you a little while.
Can we choose one each and share?
Well, you're going to drink for the rest and I'm going to eat for the rest, but we'll share our food and our drink.
Because we're married.
So basically, we just go back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. That's the beauty of a marriage.
Loophole.
Thanks, Jade. If you do want to stipulate that there's terms and conditions to your question, you do need to put those in.
Be better. Be more Jade.
Do you want one of your questions? Go.
Oh, I only have a couple this week because everyone seems to like you more than me.
It swings from week to
I'm
week.
really sorry. I have been bit about 4 times, so I'm a bit fidgety. But
I think we might have to move the podcast indoors from now on.
if we do it at this time,
Yeah.
We normally do it a bit earlier. Anyway, what type of yoga do you want to try first? That's from Michelle at Cafe DM.
Do you know what? She sent me a question and I realise now I don't have it in my list here. And I don't have my phone on me, so I'm going to have to try and remember what she asked me. What type of yoga? I didn't know that there were different types of yoga. Isn't there hot yoga?
Die.
There's hot yoga, room temperature yoga. Is there such a thing as cold yoga?
Probably not.
Is there different types?
Yeah, you have vinyasa, and then you have hatha.
There's definitely a reason why I didn't know this.
And then I don't know what the difference is.
I am open to the idea of doing some yoga. I think, I know that yoga and cycling do work very well with each other because of the stretching and sort of the strengthening of your core muscles and things like that, which all helps with cycling. And cycling does terrible things for your posture and for things. And I don't stretch ever. So I'm kind of happy to sort of just try some entry-level shit.
Entry-level shit. I can do Shavasana for days. That's the one where you just lay on the floor.
Isn't that a type of mushroom?
No, that's shiitake.
Oh. Oh no, I'm thinking ceviche.
Ceviche is like raw fish.
So you like that form of yoga?
I like laying on the floor in Shavasana, which is dead man's pose. Which is just lay there.
Didn't you do that in
well, you do
Zanzibar?
You do it at the end
where
of
your
every yoga session.
Oh, do you? Where you just lie?
You just lay there.
I can nail that bit.
And concentrate on your breath or something. So with that said, let's have the yoga pose emoji.
Okay, yeah.
They've got the little yoga people now.
If
so
you
we'll
are
have
listening
that
at this
one.
point, and I know more people are listening at this point and choose not to send us. Choose to send us an emoji. Find us on the Instagram. Come and find our Facebook page. Whatever it is that you want to do, and just send us the yoga emoji.
Imagine if someone started listening now and started from episode 1 and we randomly got an eggplant emoji.
I do still get them from time to time.
That's brilliant. Just random emojis from the previous episodes.
Yeah, because we're up to 14 now.
That's
14
a lot.
episodes.
I'll ask my next one now. And this one is what happened with you just now. Demi asked this question before last week's episode, and I forgot it was there.
Oh,
so
sorry,
I've
Demi.
put it into this week's. I'm sorry, Demi.
I miss Demi. I
did
wanted
tell
to
her
come
this
and be a
morning.
guest again.
Yeah, come back. If you could go back in time, pre-move to Ibiza, and give yourselves one piece of advice for the big move, what would that be?
Good question. Relax. I think there was a sort of naivety in me in thinking that I just need to get to Ibiza. This is my happy place. Many people know that. Being in Ibiza makes me happier, more relaxed. This is where I like to be. And I think I had a certain level of naivety of thinking that as soon as we're here, that's it. I'm just going to feel great about everything.
Yeah.
And I think I would have just said, look, there's still going to be some ups and downs, and moving country is not easy. And moving country in Spain is not easy because companies are very mañana, but also you're in a pandemic. Relax and sort of give yourself a break and don't be too hard on yourself if 10 weeks, 12 weeks, 20 weeks down the line you haven't perfected everything yet, because it's okay if you haven't. That's what I would say, because I'm okay now because I think we've kind of battled through some of the stressful bits, but I think sometimes we've thought, well, we've got the house, we've got the Wi-Fi, why isn't everything just perfect? Why haven't we got this done? And I think we just need to be it's okay. Our stuff's not even here yet.
Yeah.
And it might not be here for a while, but that's okay. It will be eventually.
I don't know what I would say.
Well, you need to think, because I need to get my phone, because I need to find a question.
Well, I think so. Before the big move here, I would probably say that just sack off your budgets for everything. Sack off your budgets for everything, because you're going to find a place where you want to live that is more expensive than you said you wanted to spend. Then you're going to find a car that's more expensive than you said you wanted to spend, and then you're going to go out a lot in the first few weeks because you come to Ibiza and you still think you're on hollybobs. So you're going to spend more than you think you're going to spend.
And I think that's the case anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
I think everybody has great intentions of, this is my budget and that's going to be great. And if we hit that budget...
I'd say budget 40% more.
Lovely. All right. I have found my question from Michelle.
All right, go for it.
Now, she sent me this and I didn't know what it means.
Oh, God.
But you would.
Right.
What's your favourite WOD? W-O-D.
Oh, workout of the day. See, I had
no idea what that was. What's your favourite WOD?
What?
I had to Google it.
Oh, so you do know what it is?
I do now.
How did you know to say WOD?
Because that's how it's spelled.
But it's in capitals. So.
It is, so I knew it was an acronym for something. This is a CrossFit thing, isn't it?
It is a CrossFit. A WOD is just a workout of the day, but there are specific ones that people do, and they're called like Murph and other things. I've never actually done an official WOD,
Really?
because they're really hard.
Oh, do they like put it out there of
It's
like,
a thing.
this is what you
And
do
people
today, and people around the world all do the same workout on the same day?
But there's ones that are like fitness tests, and then there's ones that like commemorate people.
See, none of this sounds fun to me.
And like, then they're all really, really hard. But it's like, that's like a goal. And like, do you know when people do the CrossFit Open and you do the same, and throughout the CrossFit Open, anyone in the world can apply and do it. And all of the CrossFit boxers around the world all do the same workouts in the same week, and they enter their scores.
Okay.
So there's like 5 workouts, like Monday to Friday. I don't know how spaced out it is. And everyone in the world does the same workouts.
So do you have a favourite? I mean, you say you've never actually
I've never done an official
Do you have
WOD.
a favourite type of workout?
I always used to like deadlift day, which is always at the end of the week. So that was nice.
Picking up heavy shit and putting it down again.
Picking up the heavy stuff, putting it down again and resting for 3 minutes. It's the best.
Sounds fun.
And then, I was really bad at, like, they called it gymnastics day, but it's all of the pull-ups.
Okay.
I'm terrible at pull-ups. So hated that. And I couldn't do like the kipping thing that they do in...
They look ridiculous.
They look like salamanders. Well, they look like kippers. I think that's the point.
That's probably the thing.
It's a fish. So I liked squat day, and
You like a big heavy bar, don't you?
I like a bar, heavy bar of chocolate.
Well, that was my question from Michelle. So Michelle is part of Cafe DM, but what's her other thing?
She is a PT in Ibiza, and we're actually doing a walk with her, a sunset walk and yoga next week. We just signed up to it today.
We are.
I should tell her actually that
we had a meeting with her this week. Well, just a bit of a catch up. I wouldn't say it was a meeting. That sounds way too formal.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's it sounds like she's going to help me with a bit of yoga and you with a bit of PT, and we're going to have some fun.
Yeah, so she is Cafe DM, but then her Instagram for her personal training is Unconditional Love Fitness.
Lovely.
So
we'll put those in the show notes. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll put her details below as well.
Yeah.
I've got another question for you. This is from, I should have written it down, Knights of the Turntable?
Yep, from Facebook, from YouTube. And also
and
from...
on Instagram,
and,
this is
yeah,
where it
so
came
this
through.
is a Spotlight guy.
So this is an Ibiza person.
Spotlight forum,
Couple
yeah.
of questions for Tiff. Wanted to know, who is your favourite DJ?
Oh, God, no, because people are going to hate me.
Say it. Patrick Nasmi.
Apart from Patrick Nasmi, obviously. For the showmanship, Eric Prydz.
Mm-hmm.
For, like, the nostalgia, Baker Matt.
Yep.
And old school Tiesto.
Wow, that's a strong trio.
Thanks.
Strong trio.
Thanks. That would be my ultimate lineup.
And second
that
question
was off
for
the
you.
top of my head.
Second-
There's probably more. I'm sorry.
Second question for you from Knights of the Turntable. I hope I'm saying that right. Knights of the Turntable?
Yeah, like DJ.
Well, I get it.
Oh.
I didn't know whether it was Knights of a Turntable, the Turntable.
I don't know.
I hope I'm getting
Knights
it
of-
right. Anyway, I didn't write it down. Back in the UK, what was your favourite club night?
Oh, God, I hate. Okay, so I went to Birmingham a couple of times. I also went to London under the arches of the... who did I see there? Solomon. That was so good. I can't remember the name of the club. Someone will have to put it down. It's under the arches of the railway tracks, and you go in there, and it was such a good night. And I saw Solomon. That was amazing. Then in Birmingham, we used to go to...
Custard Factory?
Custard Factory, yeah. And the place that got shut down, I'm so bad with places, aren't I? It had a little pub on the front, but then in the back, it was like a massive warehouse. It was amazing. I had some good nights there. Birmingham was always good. London was always going to be good. But yeah, they're probably my two standouts.
In a lot of things, is underrated.
What's that food thing we used to go to?
Digbeth Dining Club.
Oh.
Since we've been, which was obviously, 6 years ago, it is huge now.
Digbeth Dining Club,
massive. Like, it used to be like 3 or 4 food trucks per week. I think they now do it twice a week, and it's like
If we went back to Birmingham, we'd go
50
there.
Oh, absolutely. Knights of the Turntable also asked me a question. First day of the Premier League today. What are my top three? What's my top 3 prediction? Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea. Don't know which order. Well, it'll either be Liverpool or Man City that win the league. The top 3 will be those 3: Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea. And also, Steve Ball, is he Wolves' greatest player ever?
Isn't there a stand?
There is a... Congratulations, love. Someone's been paying attention at the Molyneux.
Thank you.
There is a Steve Ball stand. I think any player who has got their own stand, I mean, other stands are also named after players, but Steve Ball scored over 300 goals in his time for playing for Wolves.
What a legend.
Absolute legend. And although I never saw him play, and he's a little bit before my time, before I became a Wolves fan, you can't deny it. He is probably the ultimate Wolves legend. So
there you go. Nicely
there you
said.
go. Wolves play on Monday.
How exciting.
Opening day of the season.
So the day that this goes out.
The day this goes out. Think of me, people. Think
Send
of
your
me.
prayers.
We're actually watching it with a Sheffield United fan. And that's who we're playing. So that should be fun. Last question I have. This came from a girl called Nisha. Now, Nisha is someone I used to work with.
I was to say, I had a Nisha at school. That couldn't be
Did
that
you?
Nisha.
Nisha, who you went to school with, is here tonight. No, Nisha is someone I used to work with in Leicester.
Okay.
We're talking 9, 10, 11 years ago, something like that. And she has just sort of found us and has been listening to our podcast and stuff. First thing she said was our podcast put her daughter to sleep in the car.
I don't know whether that's
So I don't know whether that's good, whether that's bad. We don't recommend using our podcast as a form of child
white
sleep
noise.
therapy.
Oh, we just white noise.
Apparently. Clearly that wasn't at the point where we were
your
blaspheming last week. Fuck this, fuck that.
Okay,
get
we're not
fucked.
going to do it
We're not doing
again.
Anyway, Nisha asked, what would the name of your autobiography be?
I honestly thought that was going in a different direction, and I was about to do my what
would
was the name of your first child be? And I was about to go down that path.
What is the title of your autobiography?
We do what we want.
I was going to say that.
Oh, no way!
Do you know what? We can't ever have individual autobiographies. It would have
to be, yeah, because it would be
the M&T
we do what
duo
we
biography.
Want. That's what some people say our neon sign should say. We do what we want in the office.
We do like that saying, don't we?
Yeah, I think it's a good rule
There's
of life.
basically 2 mottos we've had in our entire lives. We do what we want. And
Our entire lives, our entire relationship.
Entire relationship, yes. These definitely haven't been mottos for my life. But since we've been together, we do what we want and don't be a dickhead.
Yeah.
That's pretty much a rule in life. Just don't be a dickhead.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our general rules. That's we do what we want would be a great
I
autobiography.
think if you combine those 2 mottos, do what you want, but just don't be a dick.
Do
That
what you
kind of
want,
works, doesn't it?
Epiphanies on the podcast this week. Look at that.
That's what happens if you're not leathered.
Yeah, because normally by now we're
45
like, let's
minutes
get
in.
the shots out.
No. Our livers are clean this week.
We've just had some watermelon and tonic. But it's been good, I think.
It's been
but
good.
please do tell us if they are shit, 'cause we'll start drinking again. Just anything. Just say anything and we'll start drinking again.
Just say, guys, I've unsubscribed and fucked off. But I'll come back if you start drinking again. Then we will. The plan is that we're going to have a bit of a dry September. But if actually we're doing more of a finding balance,
Yeah, we'll see
we
what
may
happens.
have started drinking again by next week.
Yeah, come back next week to see whether we've been drinking.
Fast forward to next week, Magnum each with a straw.
We're just like,
guys,
no,
welcome
I'm going to
back.
have one of those hats that I can hold 2 beers in and have a straw.
Yeah, and we just
That'll be
like, guys,
amazing.
welcome back. We have returned. Thanks for not leaving us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's been nice. We've talked through some good things. Thanks so much for your questions. Please keep sending questions in because we'll run out of things to say to each other.
It's also...
Because sometimes in the week we're just like, can you not talk? Because we need to say something for the podcast.
It's also, and I know this from some comments and reviews, it's people's favourite section of the podcast.
Yeah.
We do a little bit of
I
a
think that
catch
should
up.
be
This
the
is what
main
we kind
thing,
of
yeah.
how things have been this week. But people really like hearing the randomness of the questions, but also the randomness of our
Yeah, make them
answers.
random too. That
Yeah.
would be good fun.
My favourite question is still Dylan's.
Oh, about the going out naked.
No, I was going to go with the other one.
Oh.
Would you rather fall into lava or fall into quicksand?
Oh yeah, that was
a great question.
That was a thinker.
So, keep them coming. They
Thank-
really do. We love them. And it also gives us a chance to shout people out and sort of also gives us a little insight into what is going
People
on in
think
your
about
head.
us as well.
But
yeah,
yeah,
thanks for
thanks so
listening,
much.
guys. It's been a good, weird, interesting one, and we are
Usually by
still
this point,
sober.
I'm well blurry.
I know it's weird, but we'll be back next week with another episode of the M&T podcast. But for now, see ya.
Bye.
Bye. That was
Thanks
all
very much,
wrong.
guys. Everyone's waiting, aren't
Have a
they?
good one. Have a
Yeah,
good one.
See you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.